We shall continue with our third chapter of Physics class 11, Motion in a Straight Line. In the last class we have studied velocity, speed and acceleration. Today we shall study kinematic equations for uniformly accelerated motion. If velocity of an object is v0 at t equal to 0 and v at time t. If this is t equal to 0, initial velocity is v0, and at time t the velocity, final velocity is v. Then a, that is acceleration, is given by v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. Put these values, then a is equal to v minus v0 divided by t minus 0, which gives you v minus v0 by t. T you transfer and multiply with a, so at is equal to v minus v0. This minus v0 transfer over here, so you get at plus v0 is equal to v. Right from here, v is equal to v0 plus at, call it equation A. Come back to this equation. From here, at is equal to v minus v0. So from here, t value will be v minus v0 by a, as you transfer a here. Call it equation 1. The graph represents the relation in equation A. So this is the graph which is representing this equation A. So here this is a time and velocity graph. At t equal to 0, the initial velocity is v0. At time t equal to t, the final velocity is v. Then if you draw a parallel line from v0 to the axis of time, then this b to c, this distance will give you v minus v0, or from here also you can find from a to this distance will be v minus v0. Now AC and OD will be equal. This is at t and this is at 0. So this distance OD will be t minus 0, that is t. That will be same for AC, it will be t. From graph, the area under the curve is area between instants 0 and t equal to area of triangle ABC plus rectangle OACD. So this is area under the curve. You can see here triangle A, B and C, and this is a rectangle A, C, D and O. Now we know area of the triangle is half altitude into base, and area of the rectangle is length into breadth. So here altitude from the graph BC and base is AC. So I have written half BC into AC, and the length you are taking as OD and the breadth you are taking as OC. Now let us put the value. BC, we know that value is V minus V0, and AC, that value, as I said, it is equal to OD and OD is equal to T, so this value also is T. So I put here 1 by 2 into V minus V0 into T. OD is T and OA, that is from 0 to V0. So 0 to V0, this distance will be V0 minus 0, which gives you V0. So this value is V0. This can be written as 1 by 2 V minus V0 into T plus V0 T. Now the area under VT curve represents the displacement. This point I have given you in the last class, that the area under velocity time curve gives you the displacement. So this is velocity and time curve, right? This is the graph of velocity versus time, and this is the area under the curve. This area gives you the displacement. So this value which we found is nothing but displacement, and displacement we represent by x. So we can write x is equal to this value 1 by 2 v minus v0 t plus v0 t. But v minus v0 is 80. From here v minus v0 is 80. So let us put instead of v minus v0 as 80. So half a, and this 80 and this one more t is there. So it becomes t square, and this v0 t as it is. Rewrite this. X is equal to v0 t plus 1 by 2 80 square. Call it equation B. Again x is equal to 1 by 2 v minus v0 t plus v0 t. This value come back. Now multiply t inside. 1 by 2 vt minus 1 by 2 v0 t plus this v0 t. Here for these two you take LCM. So this one as it is 1 by 2 vt. Take LCM. So here remains 2 v0 t minus this one v0 t by 2. This gives you 1 by 2 vt plus v0 t by 2. From here take t common, so you get v plus v0 by 2 into t. But this is not, this is your arithmetic mean for the velocity. This is final velocity, this is initial velocity divided by 2. So this can be written as x is equal to v bar into t. And what is v bar? V bar is equal to v plus v0 by 2, and this is your average velocity, just like arithmetic mean. So x is equal to, come back to this equation, v plus v0 by 2 into t, and t value we put from equation 1, this one v minus v0 by a. So I put here this one v plus v0 by 2 into v minus v0 by a from equation 1. So this is v plus v0 into v minus v0, which gives you v square minus v0 square and denominator 2 into a. This 2a transfer here and multiply with x. So you get 2ax equal to v square minus v0 square. This implies this v0 which is negative transfer here. So you get 2ax plus v0 square equal to v square. Start from here. So v square is equal to v0 square plus 2ax, call it equation C. So from A, B and C, the kinematic equations of rectilinear motion for constant acceleration are. So I am writing this equation A, equation B and equation C together, and they are the kinematic equations. So v is equal to v0 plus at, x is equal to v0t plus 1 by 2 at square, v square is equal to v0 square plus 2ax. These equations connect the 5 quantities v0, v, a, t and x. Now in this, initially we are taking the position coordinate as 0. But suppose initially at t equal to 0 we take position at x naught. If position coordinate at t equal to 0 is x naught, then we replace x by x minus x naught. So in this equation, here x is there, here x is there, we replace by x minus x naught, because we are going to consider now the initially the object is at the position x naught. Okay, so in the first equation there is no x, so I'll write as it is, v is equal to v0 plus at. Here x is here, so here you put x minus x naught, that minus x naught transfer over here, so it becomes plus and you get x is equal to x naught plus v0t plus 1 by 2 at square. Here is x, so you put here x minus x naught, so you get the equation v square equal to v0 square plus 2a x minus x naught. Example 3.3. Obtain equation of motion for constant acceleration using method of calculus. So the same equation will now derive with using method of calculus. By definition, a is equal to dv by dt. Transfer dt here, so you get a dt is equal to dv. Now calculus means we are going to integrate. So integrating both the sides. So we write a, this one a, integral, this is the sign of integral, 0 to t, this is initial time, final time, dt. Here dt we are writing, so nothing is there, so you can write 1 equal to integral v0 to v and dv, and here nothing is there, so write 1. Okay, and this is the sign of integration. Now to solve this I have to use the equation. That equation is integral a to b x power n dx. Okay, and this integral, the formula is x power n plus 1. This n becomes n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and limit is from a to b, and you have to apply the limit. Instead of x you have to put b, the upper limit first, minus the lower limit a. So b power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 minus a power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, first the upper limit minus, instead of x you put the lower limit. So now here this is we have to do with respect to t, and this with respect to v. Here 1 is there. 1 means we can say that the power of t is 0. So you put here t power 0. Okay, and now you are going to use the same identity or same formula, x power n plus 1. Here instead of n it is 0. So t power 0 plus 1 divide by here 0 n plus 1. So you will write here 0 plus 1. So you get t power 1 divided by 1. But the denominator 1 we do not write. And the limit is from 0 to t. Okay. Same way for this v. It is 1. So you can write v as v power 0. Okay. So you will use the formula x power n. N is 0. And the formula is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So you will write it as a v power 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1. So you get here v and divide by 1. 1 we do not write, and limit is from v0 to v. So apply first the upper limit v minus the lower limit v0. Okay. So what you get here is, I have written here first a t 0 to t equal to v v0 to v. Okay. Apply the upper limit. So t minus 0, this a as it is equal to first the upper limit. So v minus lower limit v0. So here you get at is equal to v minus v0. This minus v0 transfer over here. So you get v is equal to v0 plus at, and this is equation A. It is similar to this equation, right? So that is the first kinematic equation using method of calculus. Further, v is equal to dx by dt. This rate of change in displacement with respect to time is velocity. dt you transfer over here. So v dt is equal to dx. Integrating both the sides. So integral 0 to t v dt. It is with respect to t. So limit will be on in terms of time equal to, this is displacement, integral x naught to x. This is initial position, final position dx. Now v value put from equation A, v0 plus at. So I put v0 plus at. Integral 0 to t dt equal to integral x naught to x 1 dx. here nothing is there, means 1 is there, and 1 will be, since it is with respect to x, it will be x power 0. Now v naught here with respect to t, so t power 0 is there, same like this. Okay, t power 0 is there, and t power 0 integral is t, so I can write here v0 into t plus a, now t, here t is there, that means t power 1 is there. So if you want to make the change here, let us make change here. Now it is t power 1. Okay, we have not written here t power 1, but it is t power 1, t is there, so t power 1. So you will write here the formula is n plus x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So here t power 1 plus 1, because n is 1, divided by 1 plus 1. So it will be t square divided by 2. So I am writing here, see, a is as it is, and t square by 2, that is the integral of t with respect to t, and the limit is from 0 to t. Now integral of 1 with respect to x will be x. Why? You can look at here also. Here you see, integral of 1 with respect to t is t. Integral of 1 with respect to v is v. Similarly, integral of 1 with respect to x is x, or you use that formula x power 0. Okay, now let us apply the upper limit and the lower limit. Here when you apply upper limit, then it will come same value, but when you apply 0, it will be 0 0, so that will be not calculated, it will be 0, we don't need to write. And here apply the upper limit x minus the lower limit, so this value gives you, after applying the limit, v0t plus at square by 2 equal to x minus x naught. Okay, this minus x naught transfer over here, so it becomes plus and start from x, so you get x is equal to x naught plus v0t plus 1 by 2 at square, call it equation b. So that is the second equation. Again a is equal to dv by dt. Now here I'll divide and multiply by dx. Here I have divided dx and multiplied by dx, and this dv is here and dt is here, but this dx by dt is nothing but velocity. Okay, here dx by dt is v, so I can put here velocity v. Dx you transfer over here and multiply with x, so you get a dx equal to v dv. Now integrating on both the sides, so here a, it is integral with respect to x, so integral x naught to x dx equal to integral v0 to v dv. Okay, and this is 1 with respect to x. Okay, so 1 with respect to x is, here already I did, 1 with respect to x is x, so here 1 with respect to x is x, and x naught to x, this a as it is. And this one you have to use, here power 1 is there, right? So if you put power 1 here, then 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So what you will get here is v square by 2, and this 2 I am taking out 1 by 2. Okay, and the limit is v0 to v. Now here apply the upper limit first, x minus x naught, this a as it is, equal to this 2 I am taking 1 by 2 out, and v square minus the lower limit v naught square. Okay, now these two transfer here, so you get 2a x minus x naught equal to here v square minus v naught square. Minus v naught square transfer over here and write from here. So what you get is v square is equal to v naught square plus 2a x minus x naught. So these are the three equations by using method of calculus. The advantage of this method is that it can be used for motion with non-uniform acceleration also. Example 3.4. A ball is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 20 meters per second from the top of a multi-story building. That means initial velocity is 20 meters per second. The height of the point from where the ball is thrown is 25 meters from the ground. Number A. How high will the ball rise? And number B. How long will it take before the ball hits the ground? Take G is equal to 10 meters per second square. Okay, so this is my scenario. This is a multi-story building. The height is 25 meters. Okay, this is the ground. This is the origin you can consider. Okay, from here you are throwing the ball. It is rising up to B. Here the velocity becomes 0 and it's come down. Okay, so let us take y-axis in the vertical upward direction. So vertical upward direction is y-axis with 0 at the ground. So this is my 0 position. Okay, initial velocity v0 is equal to 20 meters per second. The acceleration a due to gravity is minus g is equal to minus 10 meters per second square. Okay, see I have written here. If ball rises to height y from the point of launch, so from here it is going y, then we use the equation v square is equal to v naught square plus 2a y minus y naught. You can put only y also here. Put the value, v is 0, v naught is v 20 square plus 2, a is minus 10, y minus y naught. As I said, you can put y also, it will be the same. 20 square is 400, minus into plus is minus, 10 into 2 is 20, y minus y naught. This negative value transfer over here becomes plus, so 20 minus y naught equal to 400. 20 transfer over here, it will go in the denominator. 0 0 cut, and 40 you cut by 2, it gives you 20 meter. So it will go up to 20 meter. Part B. Total time taken can be calculated by noting the coordinates of initial and final position of the ball with respect to the origin chosen and using the equation y equal to y0 plus v0t plus 1 by 2 at square. So now we will take the initial and final position, the coordinate of that, and with respect to the origin. Okay, and we'll use this equation. So we can write the data as y0 is equal to 25 meter, y is equal to 0, v0 is equal to 20 meter per second, a is equal to minus 10 meter per second square, and t you have to find. So put all this value in this equation. So you get 0, this is 25, this is 20, t as it is, plus 1 by 2, a value is minus 10, and t square. So what you get is 25 plus 20t plus into minus is minus, we cut by 2, so 5t square. All these term you transfer over here, then sign will be changed. So you get here 5t square minus 20t minus 25 equal to 0. Divide each term by 5. Okay, I am dividing each term by 5. So here you get t square, here minus 40, and here minus 5 equal to 0. This split the middle term. So it is t square minus 5t plus t minus 5 equal to 0. So from here you take t common, remains t minus 5, plus from here you take 1 common, remains t minus 5 equal to 0. So from here the factors will be t plus 1 and t minus 5. So t plus 1 equal to 0 gives you t value as minus 1, which you have to neglect because it is negative. So from t minus 5 you will get the value t equal to 5 seconds. Okay, so this is the answer for part B. Example 3.5, free fall. Discuss the motion of an object under a free fall, neglect air resistance. So first we shall define what do we mean by free fall. An object released near the surface of the earth is accelerated downward under the influence of the force of gravity represented by g. If air resistance is neglected, the object is said to be in the free fall. So free fall means if we release any object near the surface of the earth, okay, then we know that it will come down. Okay, the acceleration is there because of the gravity and it will pull down, so it will come down, right? And if you neglect the air resistance, then that fall we call it as a free fall. Assume that motion is in minus y direction and upward direction is positive. So motion is coming down, so you consider it as a negative y direction, and upward, if downward is negative, then you take upward as a positive y axis. As acceleration is due to gravity is always downward, it is in the minus or negative direction. So acceleration is towards down, so we consider as a minus. So acceleration due to gravity, a is equal to minus g, and its value is 9.8, so it is minus 9.8 meter per second square. The object is released from a rest at y equal to 0. Okay, it is at rest, that means initial velocity v0 equal to 0. And equation of motions are, we have derived the equation, so we shall use those equations. So v is equal to v0 plus at. Now put the value v0 as 0. So we put v equal to 0 plus a value as minus 9.8 into t. This gives you minus 9.8 into t meter per second. Then second equation, y is equal to v0t plus half at square. So y is equal to v0 is 0, so it will be 0 plus 1 by 2, a is minus 9.8 t square. Cut by 2, so you get minus 4.9 t square meter. V square is equal to v0 square plus 2ay. v0 again 0, okay, so 2 as it is, and a value is minus 9.8 into y. Multiply, you get minus 19.6 y meter square in per second square. Now we have drawn the graph of the free fall, motion of an object under free fall. So first is variation of acceleration with time. So this is free fall, okay, this is negative y-axis and this is the time. So the acceleration a is minus 9.8, so it is somewhere here, okay, it is a constant. So I have drawn a line which is parallel to the time axis. Second one is variation of velocity with time. Okay, so this is my velocity and this is a time, and the velocity is constant, so it is a straight line. Okay, and the third one is variation of distance with time. So with the distance, so this is time and this is the distance in y meter. Okay, so you see it is a parabolic fall. Okay, so this is what your graph variation of acceleration with time, variation of velocity with time, and distance with time. So we'll keep this much for today. Thank you very much.